Now we'll talk about lacing the 6-inch Nomex belts. It's a little different process than lacing a regular cotton belt because there's an extra step or two. Your 6-inch Nomex finished looks something like this when it's on the ironer, but when we're manufacturing it, we take the Nomex and we have to measure it a little longer because we're folding over the edge, and we're adding an insert to help hold the hooks in the belt, and we use a larger #1 hook. So we'll now show you how we measure and cut the belt. For measuring and cutting the Nomex belt, whatever the size of the belt is, we're going to measure approximately 1.5 inches longer than the finished size. The reason being is we're going to fold over approximately 3/4 of an inch on each side of the belt. So we're going to measure the 40-inch finished belt, we're going to measure out to 41.5 inches. So our 40 and 41.5, let's say, is here. So that's going to be our finished size. You're going to come back to your belt cutter. Of course, yours is going to be the bigger belt cutter, the 6-inch. And you're going to make your cut. I will use scissors to simulate that cut right now. So now we have a belt that is 41.5 inches. In order to get it exactly and consistently to the 40-inch finished mark, what we do is we'll take the end on the belt cutter, fold it over approximately 3/4 of an inch, give it a crease. I use scissors, or you can use anything you can just to give it a bit of a crease, trying to make sure you have the edges straight when you make your crease. Now come back to your 0 point. So that's 0 inches. Now you're going to come back to your 40-inch mark, and you're going to fold to your 40-inch mark. Again, take something to crease there. Now you have a finished size 40 inches. You cut it 41.5, 3/4, 3/4, finished 40 inches, and now the this belt would be ready to lace. Okay, now for the lacing of the 6-inch belts, we have a #1 hook, and I'm going to have to send you what's called a unibar hook. They're minimum 12-inch length, so one 12-inch length will take care of one belt. We're going to have to cut them in half. There's approximately 43 or 44 slots in the hook retainer, so we're going to need to cut the unibar hooks. There's a little bar, which we can do a close-up of. We're going to cut the bar, slice the paper, and we're going to have a 6-inch hook ready to lace. And then all we're going to do is take a pair of cutters, and we're going to cut the bar at that 43 or 44 mark. Then we can cut the paper. And now we have a 6-inch hook ready for lacing. Now for putting the #1 lacing into the belt, you have your XLW95 lacer. You're going to want to adjust the jaw closing to where it's going to feel a little bit snug when you pull it. Again, you don't want it so tight that you have to crank down on the arm, because you'll break the hooks and you can damage the Nomex or the cotton. So you want a good snug fit. Now we've cut our lacing already to fit the hook retainer and the belt off of the 12-inch unibar. So with the unibar, it doesn't make a lot of difference, but I try to be consistent with the bar facing you or facing away. so all the belts kind of look consistent. Put it in the retainer of your lacer, and we'll use this hook. And you're going to want to put the pin in to hold down the hook, just like before with the cotton. Then we're going to need to peel off the paper just like we did before. Peel the paper off of one side of the hook, and the unibar paper comes off even easier than the number 25 papers for the hooks. Now we have our hooks in, the tips are up, so now we're going to take our folded belt. We have our insert, and we have the hook and the lacing. So normally this belt would be a lot longer, but we're going to want to stick the folded edge facing you. Make sure the belt is down flush against the retainer, just like cotton. Try to center the belt in the lacing evenly, so it's going to be fairly even. Then we have our insert, which you cut previously. Lay it down, make sure it's sitting in the bottom of the top of the retainer in the bottom of the fold, and then simply do your close. Pull the pin, and now we have a nice 6-inch hook centered on the belt. You can see the tip, you can see the unibar, which is holding all the hooks, should be right about at belt level. It should be straight, which it is. The hook should be firm, and now it's ready for the other end. That's how we lace a 6-inch belt.